Welcome to Dodger Fan Weekly.
I'm Adele.
And I'm Annadelle. And we love the Dodgers. And we're not going to talk about the July trade deadline because many other people are going to talk about that as well.
No, because there were bigger issues for fans to fry, right?
On Twitter. It was huge. The owners of the Dodgers, Guggenheim, announced that they are asking $12 million a year for the naming rights of the field. Can you imagine?
Well, you know,
we were upset. We are fans.
Yes, and a lot of fans were aghast, and the ownership had to clarify that they were selling naming rights to the field, not to Dodger Stadium.
And the Dodger name is not going to be tainted or touched or whatever.
Right.
But we happened to be playing at
Guaranteed Rate Field, formerly Comiskey Park.
that they had to keep saying
Right.
every time they talked about where we were playing. And so
It was crazy.
we decided to look. We know sponsorship is a big part of sports.
Mm-hmm.
It's needed. How far
Right.
is it going to go? I think is what our question
That's
is
right.
going to be. And so we decided to kind of look at the Dodgers.
And here's the thing. The Dodgers in Los Angeles were built because of sponsorship.
Really,
Very instrumental in that.
what happened?
Well, Union 76 had moved all of their oil headquarters to Southern California.
Okay.
And Reese Taylor, he was the chief of Union Oil, and he worked with union leaders in Los Angeles to help bring the Brooklyn Dodgers to LA.
Oh, okay. A sponsor.
A sponsor.
So they spent all that dough to build the stadium?
Well, when they built the stadium in Chavez Ravine, Union Oil supplied $23 million to build it, and a gas station was part of the plan to be built in the parking lot behind center field.
Right. I remember the ball coming up and
Right.
you could see where it was.
And for years, the only outside signage in Dodger Stadium was the 76 ball, and they would advertise, in programs, on radio, on TV.
Right. Murph, the gas station guy.
Yeah, the friendly
was
guy.
the TV and radio attendant.
Right.
But it was a real gas station.
It was.
Because you could go in with your radiator
Overheating in the morning, right?
And after the game, you'd pick up your car and you'd have a new radiator.
So you'd be happy whether the team won or lost.
That's pretty
because you
exciting.
could get home.
But it was outside the stadium. There was
Right.
nothing on the inside of the stadium.
Well, the only thing they did to honor Union 76 was to paint the seats orange and blue.
Ah.
So that's why the levels were those colors.
I see.
So that was their homage.
Well, that's very, very cool.
But
And
it
so-
wasn't Union 76 Stadium.
Got it. And so now we cut to today.
Right.
And we see all over the stadium,
Mhm.
on the walls,
Right.
and little signage, security benefit.
Mhm.
We also see Keck.
Right.
We see Mercedes.
United Health.
They do advertisements on the big old Dodger Vision stuff.
Right.
Okay.
So
Our-
sponsorship is fine. But
What is the big deal then? This is the big deal. Okay, according to Sports Business Daily, they would counsel anybody that walks that path because these places are hallowed grounds and they're going to get negative fan feedback.
right, in fact, on Twitter, some fans said, "I challenge anyone to boycott with me any sponsor that buys the naming rights to the field in Dodger Stadium."
Right, and I don't know what they're exactly going to use the money for.
Right.
I mean, Guggenheim isn't going to help fix the TV deal with it.
Maybe
the
not.
Some of the food's not real good, so they're going to pay some salaries, I guess, and who knows. But this
Yeah.
is the deal. How far is it going to go? Are we going to call first base Taco Bell first base?
Right, or
Like
yeah,
right.
The helpful Honda guys use the Viagra infield hose to wet down the field.
I mean, it's getting a little silly, and we don't want the players to have to cover up their Dodgers logo
Right.
with a bunch of names.
Names, and how far can it go? Does the highest bidder on the planet get to rename the team?
See, that's the scary thing,
I mean-
because the fans are always going to be there. Owners are
Right.
going to leave. Sponsors are going to change.
Mm-hmm.
So why do you have to name something after a sponsor when the team is the important thing and the fans are the important?
That's right.
Yeah.
Honest question.
If a sponsor paid enough money to have the team name changed to their company name,
Would you draw the line there? Let's just not be so greedy.
yeah, enough is enough. Stat time.
The Dodgers have won every game when they've had more runs than their opponent when the game was over.
Stat time.
Huh?
We met a new Twitter friend this week, Luis Pasillas, and his son Aaron.
Now, Aaron was being wheeled into the ER during a Dodger game, and they were still watching the Dodgers. That's how much of a fan he is.
Right.
He loves Clayton Kershaw. He lives in Oswego, Illinois.
So, we're going to send you a Clayton Kershaw bobblehead.
Because that's his favorite player,
That's right.
and we want you to get better. So please, Aaron, get well soon. Let's go, Dodgers!
Congratulations to Melanie Seeger, who correctly answered our question from the last episode and wins the duffel bag and 2 beach towels.
Have fun at the beach. Good job, Melanie. And if you answer this week's question correctly, you get to win the 2 best friends in the outfield this season, Yasiel Puig and Jock Peterson. And the question is,
Who is the friendly gas station attendant in the 76 commercials? I'm Adele.
I'm Annadelle.
Don't forget to tweet
See you next time
on Coca-Cola Weekly.